Welcome to Alaska Community News, where we bring you stories all across the last frontier. We just celebrated a major holiday tradition, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a time to spend with family and friends, to give thanks, to appreciate our loved ones. For others, Thanksgiving can be a little bit difficult. Yearly, Holy Family Cathedral in downtown Anchorage This year they served 175 meals. When asked, one of the parishioners who's been involved with the Thanksgiving dinner for the past 13 years observed that Alaska is often such a transient place and many people are away from their families and loved ones. For others, they simply can't afford a traditional Thanksgiving meal. It's nice to be able to bring them in and say, "Come, share in this Thanksgiving meal with us. We're so glad you're here." Another great place that serves the Alaskan community in downtown Anchorage is Beans Cafe. Beans Cafe served over 1,400 people on Thanksgiving. Here's a video by Fine Point Productions that gives a little bit of insight on how Beans Cafe impacts Alaskans.
If it wasn't for this place, a lot of people wouldn't be able to survive, especially in the wintertime.
A lot of people just don't have a place to go. You name it. I could give all kinds of reasons. The things that happen. Sometimes people lose a job. They can't pay rent. A lot of landlords aren't forgiving. You get kicked out. I've seen people kicked out with kids, cats, dogs, whatever. Some people might never heard of that. Or they'll say, oh, well, they deserved it, or they were doing something wrong. It isn't the case like that always, and it is not.
You know, for 33 years, Beans Cafe has provided services to the needy in Anchorage, whether it's shelter, whether it's transportation, whether it's social services, whether it's food. What we see at Beans Cafe is that we see individuals that are working poor, we see individuals that are doing the rural to urban migration, we see individuals that are developmentally disabled, we see individuals truly with substance abuse issues. So they are working, they do have jobs, but they literally do not have enough to have a stable housing environment. So they come to Beans Cafe to, possibly save some money.
Please don't confine this to just feeding people, because that's not the story. We preach the concept of cradle to grave. This isn't a soup kitchen. This is a way of life for the unfortunate. And we're able to go and help people, help the community, and help other people get a hand up, not a handout.
Beans Cafe believes in the human potential of each and every individual, but in order to realize that potential, each and every individual must have their basic needs met.
There is a close coordination between the basic needs being met and having a will to really succeed. And if you look at basically our major mission, our mission is to provide hope to people.
When I first got here, somebody said, "You hungry? I'll treat you." Okay. And we were walking. I was wondering where in the heck we were walking. I saw a whole bunch of people, and it didn't take too long to dawn on me what this place was.
Well, I was kind of down and out and walked in, and I've never seen anything like it before.
Unfortunately, today we have to feed individuals in shifts because we can only seat 251 individuals, and we're feeding over 400 to 500 people per meal. We've been serving these meals in conjunction with our other services, which are social services, transportation services, and also day shelter. We also provide night shelter between the months of October and March.
Well, when I first come in the door, I don't come to my office. I go downstairs. But I'm here to help people and understanding them and taking a personal approach to their world and making them feel better.
A very big thank you. We know who you are, we know what you do for us, and I know you don't look at us in a negative way. If you did, you would not be doing what you do, which is do your work behind the scenes for us.
Something really great, just to see people make something of their lives and be able to pass it on. And I think that's what it's all about.
You wouldn't believe how much the contributions, either dollars or leveraged, and how much it helps it. I would guess 700 to 800 times a day people eat thanks to your contributions. And without your contribution, I wouldn't be here, and a lot of these people would not be eating.
Beans Cafe changed my life. When I was younger, I was more of a bad boy, adolescent. I went to jail quite a few times, and it made me show more compassion and made me a better person in more ways than one. I probably wouldn't still be alive if it wasn't for Beans.
You know, we're very appreciative of the individuals, the corporations, the foundations, and just the general public for the support that they have lent to Beans Cafe so that we can continue our mission to provide shelter and food to those in need. For that, we are very appreciative and we thank you.
Recently, Executive Director of Beans Cafe, Jim Crockett, at the age of 64, passed away unexpectedly. He will always be remembered as a man who went out of his way to help those in need. You may not be on the streets, but you may find yourself in a dead-end job where you know you could do more and be more. So don't settle. Alaska Pacific University offers programs for undergraduate and graduate students. I was able to interview the director of the MBA program at APU, Dale Lehman, as well as a couple of the APU students. Let's take a look at the benefits.
My name's Steve Merriam, and I am a graduate of APU's MBA program. I'm currently the CEO and General Manager of Arctic Slope Telephone Co-op here in Anchorage. We serve the North Slope of Alaska with telecommunications. I had reached a point in my career where I thought I had plateaued, and that in business development, if I didn't do something different to elevate my skill set, that I probably had reached my ceiling. The APU program gave me both the skills and the confidence and the credibility to move my career forward. APU's program gave me that opportunity. It exposed me to other aspects of business that I didn't have a hands-on day-to-day involvement with. One of the takeaways that I got from the program was to actually work and meet with a core group of professionals, both cadre and classmates, that I've kept in contact with since graduating in 2005. I use them as a sounding board, and we meet socially, generally on a quarterly basis, just to see how our careers are going and kind of compare notes. APU has also allowed me to have both the confidence and the credibility to seek upward advancement, and has earned me this position as CEO.
How often do you find yourself greeted by a gifted songwriter and rapper? Before we hit our first commercial break, here's a little beat from Inupiat rapper Allison Warden, who welcomed participants to the Elders and Youth Conference at AFN 2012. This video is from Alaska Dispatch.
And you see, I ain't got unity. Everywhere I wave high, they wave high back to me. And I've been given so much hugs, and I feel so much elder love. I've been kissing so many cheeks and saying to the youth, yes, you're doing big things. And everybody, I'm so proud from a native community. It's so good to see so many faces, so much community, unity, so much pride. I feel the love from our ancestors deep inside, and I know that our future is bright and everything is gonna be alright. Hakumatu bad elders, and you see,
Going from that beat to taking a different beat, Christmas time is approaching. Do you hear that? Oh yeah, the jingle. Here's another story from Alaska Dispatch that highlights the gift of music to local inmates at Highland Mountain Correctional Center getting ready for their holiday concert.
Okay, let's do one other thing. We're gonna build that first cello note. Play me your open G cellos. Open G, A. We're just on the G string. G, A, B is what we're going for. Play open G.
My name is Sarah Jane Kaufman, and I am here to support the orchestra that I was a part of for about 9 or 10 years. And now I'm out and I'm free, and I realize what it's done for me, and I want to help foster that in them, in the girls here. I want to support them.
Good, much better.
My name is Patty Kropa, and I'm the director of Arts on the Edge, which is the nonprofit that supports the Highland Orchestra. And we're at Highland Mountain Correctional Center. We're rehearsing for the holiday concert. I founded it with the educational director that was here at the time named Janice Weiss. So we started in the fall of 2003, going into our 9th year, 10th year.
If you sense that it's not matching, adjust. Don't just sit on a bad note. Okay, one more time from the beginning. Big breath.
Art is something that I think should be a part of everybody's life. So what it gave to me was a type of therapy that you can't get from certain programs. It's something that you do to express how you feel. And music helps you do that. And it's a challenge. It challenges you to do better and be a part of a group and make sure you don't let them down either. So it does a lot of different things. It's not just one thing that it does. It's across the board a very good thing for you, for anybody. You know, it's a bad mistake that happened, and it was just something that happened, and that was unfortunate, and now I look back on it and I'm not even the same person. So it's kind of looking at someone else's life or someone else's situation. And this is something that has helped me become the person that I am today. So I just try to focus on here and now and what's going on now.
This story shows that being behind bars doesn't mean that your heart has to be. For more information, visit alaskadispatch.com. When we think of Christmas, little is even known about this jolly St. Nick. However, a little secret. If you're in the Anchorage area, St. Nicholas will be making an appearance on Saturday evening, December 8th at St. Nicholas of Myra Byzantine Catholic Church. If you have kids that want to know the inside scoop on who is this real St. Nick, you don't want to miss it. The evening includes songs to St. Nicholas, stories about his life, and even the kids get a small gift. The evening is open to the public. Bring a dish to share and a gift to give to St. Nicholas, which he'll then send on to the Covenant House, a home for homeless youth. Or he may give to the Clare House, an emergency homeless shelter for women with children and expectant mothers. So for those gifts, think warm, gloves, hats, scarves, and hand warmers. For more information, check out CatholicAnchor.org. In the spirit of giving, there's a website for teachers where you can give and share all year round. Visit aklearn.org. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. Let's take a more in-depth look at Alaska's digital sandbox.
This website provides tools educators can use in their classrooms free of charge. Here, educators are able to help each other statewide, sharing good ideas, lesson plans, unit, and even whole courses. Searchable by content area, grade level, 5-star user rating, keyword, Alaska State Standards and Professional Review, available free of charge. All 54 Alaska school districts have free access to this site thanks to Alaska's Learning Network. Known users may follow other members, make friends, initiate discussions through the group discussion boards, and request professional reviews of lessons and units. For more information, visit aklearn.net.
Not sure of what you think of when you see a walrus, but these aren't dumb animals. In fact, they're very intuitive and caring. Here's a piece from Alaska Dispatch on walrus research.
What's endearing to be said about a 4,000-pound mammal with huge canine tusks? Hear the scientists who work with them.
Walruses love to be next to each other.
They're so gregarious.
They're always checking in with each other. They kind of snuggle on top of each other.
They'll tend to kind of posse up and have these little bluff charges, then at the last minute dive under the water.
As soon as they're concerned about something, their first response is to turn to their companions on the ice pan and sort of sniff them and nudge them. It's almost as if they're saying, "Did you notice something?"
The pups are like 150 pounds when they're born.
When you see them swimming, the calves will be holding on tight to the mother's backs.
It's just neat to see something so big, so caring.
Today, the Pacific walrus is facing new challenges. This is walrus territory, the Chukchi Sea, part of the cold, remote Arctic. This vast, shallow sea stretches from the shores of northern Alaska across to Russia. It's the summer range for Pacific walrus females and their young. Over the last 30 years, the Chukchi Sea has experienced a dramatic loss of sea ice due to climate change. Since 2007, this summer ice retreat has accelerated, taking the ice edge into much deeper water. This has created a new situation for the Pacific walrus.
In 2007, we observed it. We dropped our jaws. It really wasn't something we expected to see so soon. This has forced walruses to come to shore to rest, 40,000 at a time or so. Something that really hadn't been seen before in the United States.
Why does this matter to the walruses?
They eat things that live on the bottom. Their main prey item is clams, but they will take a wide variety of organisms on the seafloor, very often marine worms and large snails and other things. They dive to the bottom and then kind of root around in the sediment with their muzzle, and the whiskers, the fibrosity on their muzzle are very sensitive and tactile, and they kind of use those almost as fingers to sweep the bottom.
To watch the entire video, visit www.youtube.com/Alaska Dispatch. And now we're going to hear from Alex, our intern from 9-Star, about some really cool programs for teens in Anchorage.
Today we're here with Camilla, an outreach worker at the Power Teen Center in Anchorage.
Okay, so I'm Camila. I'm a peer outreach worker at Power. I've been working here since January, so about 10 months. I attend Avail. It's a secondary school, quicker paced. You're kind of at your own speed.
What sorts of services does Power provide to teens?
The type of services that we provide, there's 4 main parts of what we do. The first one is there's a nurse who comes in. She's in 3 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday, 1 to 5, and she provides reproductive health services. So that's anywhere from birth control, STD, STI testing, pregnancy testing. We give out condoms, and that's for teens that are ages 13 and 19, and it's completely 100% confidential. It doesn't cost any money, and you don't need any parents to come in. So if you're not comfortable with your parents coming in, then you're more than welcome to just come in by yourself. Another part of what we do is we have a cellular clinic, and in that we have couches teens can come hang out on. We have an Xbox, we have computers with internet on them, and we have a clothing pantry or clothing closet, and those are all closed based on donations. And then we have a food pantry. So if a teen comes in and they're hungry, they can just come grab something to eat. They don't have to speak to us. If they want to, they can come talk to us. And a lot of clients actually do that. We have a pretty good relationship with them. Another thing, we have a counselor here. She's in 3 days a week as well. And she provides just elite counseling services. You're able to come in, just talk to her. You can do an evaluation with her if you'd like to. Or you can just come talk about whatever you want to talk about. And then we have a case manager. And she provides some more like financial supportive services. So if you need help looking for an apartment, looking for a job, if you need help with your resume, she can help you out with that.
Hello, this is Charnay Cox from the Alaska Railroad. We're interviewing her about her tour guide job. So where does the railroad actually go?
We go to different locations such as like Fairbanks, Seward, Spencer Glacier. We stop in Nenana, Wasilla. We stop pretty much anywhere, but the main line, which we only have one main line, which goes from Seward all the way up to Fairbanks. And then we have a diverging track that goes over to Whittier for one of our trains.
Okay, so there's some kind of tour, or a way to get a job as a tour guide through school or something?
There is actually. You can take a class with the King Career Center. It's available for juniors and seniors with the Anchorage School District. And it's 8 to 11 weeks. My year was 8 weeks, but they've expanded it to 11 weeks now because it was very difficult. And they just teach you everything about Alaska and about the hospitality industry and how to really make people feel at home on the train, which it's pretty easy because the train's pretty interesting.
Here's a story from the Alaska Native Health Consortium called The Store Outside Your Door. It's a great web series. This episode brings us into the beautiful Aleutian Island community of KACN. Here, we're going to get an inside glimpse into a puffin pilaf recipe.
Unanga. That is us. That is me.
Yeah, my son's been hunting with me for going on 4 years now. I mean, to me it's important to teach him how to hunt. 'Cause I'm not going to be able to do it forever. He'll have to step up and go out and get us meat when we want it. And then coming back to Entrance Point, we got 3 puffins that Tom shot and pretty much cleaned up for the day. Passed some meat out.
Hi, I'm Flora. Today we are serving quinoa pilaf with puffin. We have some vegetables that I'm going to start sauteing, and it's a pretty quick dish. You just put some olive oil in the saute pan and you just add your vegetables to it. Okay. And the quinoa is pre-cooked. So I'm just going to add that to it. Toss it a little bit. And we also have some beach lovage and beach greens. We gathered these yesterday from Akutan. And I have some zucchini just for extra vegetables and to give a little bit more flavor to the quinoa. And we're just going to add a little bit of seasoning, the sea salt, dried garlic, and just a little bit of black pepper. We're just going to stir it around for about 5 minutes or so just to give a good heat to everything. So we got the quinoa already all heated up, so we're just going to plate it up and then we're going to move on to the puffin. So the next step to our quinoa pilaf with puffin is we're going to add some oil to the pan and then we're going to add the puffin to it. And this is the breast, and usually breasts cook fairly quickly. If you cook it too long, it starts getting dry. I'm just going to add a little bit of red onion. Turn up the heat. Smells great. Great traditional food of the Aleutians.
Kadim hada matal an rachel gazakas had ukuktal tinin achigalracht ngamatal agu kangul ran kadanin kangam anranam kanguki asana we when angalek matalgalak. Back in the day when our ancestors had subsistence way of life, they were healthy people. Let's go back and start getting ourselves introduced to this style of living again, and we'll be once again healthy people.
So don't forget, to eat healthy, experts recommend that half your plate is filled with fruits and vegetables.